Chest or no chest? What looks better? Hair or no hair?
We just took this to a whole other level. All right, good morning, Mr. TK. How are you?
Darryl. I'm good, man. Just hanging out, getting ready for another Sunday. Enjoying the time. Good to see you.
Good to see you. I have an exciting day today.
Really?
We found a guy downtown who would make a face shield for my daughter's goalie mask.
Yep.
Like a COVID-proof goalie mask now.
Perfect.
So we're as comfortable as we're gonna get sending her to go play hockey next week.
Beautiful.
Yeah,
that's exciting. Hockey's going back up. They have some weird rules for the men's leagues.
They have weird rules for everything.
Contact and face-offs and all that kind of stuff too. It seemed a little funny. We're waiting for our hockey league to, because it's a small private league. We're just waiting for directions from the city of Toronto, where we rent the ice from. And if they don't really give us any real rule sets or guidelines to follow, then we'll just be playing hockey like we were last year. But we'll see. See what happens.
The girls, you can't go in the change rooms, you can't use the washrooms. You got to get dressed in the parking lot, undressed in the parking lot. You have to wear a mask right up until you put your helmet on. And I don't know what else they're doing. I think it sounds like they're kind of figuring it out as they go.
Yeah, that seems crazy.
It's pretty crazy.
Yeah. But, skates on with the skate guards in the parking lot?
No, you're allowed to put your skates on in the rink.
Okay, so basically defeating the whole purpose of getting changed outside in the parking lot.
That's right.
Great.
The hardest part, tying your skates and bending over. Everybody's going to be huffing all over each other right before they get on the ice.
And you got to do it with bare hands on to get the laces done right. So
it's a beautiful thing. This is the top.
Almost as wicked as the July 2020 real estate housing market numbers.
What a segue. This is a professionally set up show.
What a market we're having right now.
This is crazy.
This is the special episode, isn't it?
This is the special episode.
Yes, I like that. Right? So, TRREB releases the numbers. I'm sure you got lots of stuff to show us. We'll go over it, kind of dissect what those numbers mean and see where we go from here.
It was a interesting, crazy ride. We have lots of people that are saying things like, this was the spring market just kind of pushed back a few months and pent up demand and blah, 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 blah.
Sure.
I don't know. It just seems like Toronto. Business as usual in Toronto.
Business as usual. Well, definitely not business as usual. I mean, no business is the same right now, and everybody's got different trends that are happening. It's not something that we can just look back in history and say, hey, this is how it's going to go.
Yeah.
But for sure, everything's always got an explanation.
Yes, and we will try to explain things. So I don't even know where to start, and we stopped putting things up on the screen during the show for the two of us. So, I mean, there's all kinds of stuff. What do you want to talk about first? I'm looking at sales activity. Last year to this year.
Let's look at that. Let's look at number of sales.
Yes.
Right? 29.5% more sales year over year. What does that mean? That's a lot more sales than July 2019. What's up with that?
Well, can we go back? I mean, my memory is not so good, but what did July 2019 look like? What was going on? What were we dealing with?
That's a good question. So when we were coming back from the correction that we had where prices had changed from 2017, we saw a decline in a lot of neighborhoods in Toronto right until 2019. So especially York region, not as much in the 416 areas, but there were some 905 regions that were continuously declining for 2 years. And we were getting into that really, really, really soft buyer's market in a lot of areas. And then everything changed, I believe, around the fall of 2019. The fall of 2019, people just kind of said, hang on a second, I still need a place to live. I still want to go and make that move to a bigger house. I still want to get the job downtown. Whatever it was that they decided was a reason to keep on moving, everyone got confident again in the real estate market. The market lost confidence. I mean, you heard about all these stories. It was in the news about lawsuits, people who paid too much and then they didn't close, and then the sellers sued them for hundreds of thousands of dollars. So there was all these little storylines that put people's, put the brakes on people's moves. And that was something that was causing the lack of sales in 2019, up until, like I said, about the fall of 2019. So we were really at the bottom of the market in July 2019. And typically in July, you've got everybody going to the cottage, everybody enjoying the time off. The kids are out of school. You're making plans. It's hot out. If you were planning to move by the school year, which is a popular time to move, you better have already done it in May or June, because closing dates probably aren't going to be until after the school starts. So there's all these reasons why people don't have as much of a demand for real estate in July and August. So 2019, July and August, pretty typical July, but nonetheless, you have to always put it into context. It was a slow month overall, and we were still not quite out of the weeds yet from the 2017 declines.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at the bar graph and you kind of follow the trend, it's kind of from January on in 2019, it kind of goes starting to go up, and then it hits a nice little bump going down, and then it starts to come up again. Whereas this year, from April, it's just like, boom. Like,
yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah. Well, the condo market.
But actually, what's really interesting, if you look at it, is from January to March, it's taken off like crazy, and then it craters and then goes kaboom again. And you see that V-shape recovery that people were talking about. But I mean, it is off the charts. Like, if we keep this trend going, what is this month looking like already? Is it continuing? Yeah, like the first week of August, is it the same pace?
It's hard to say. Definitely the first week of August, I've seen some great activity, and properties were getting sold for more than they were last month already. The sales that I've seen are already on track to maintain that trend. But what I also noticed since stage 3 happened is a lot of people went away this weekend. We had an offer date last night, no offers.
Really?
Right?
Was it priced right?
I don't know all the details. It was one of my partner's listings, but I think so. And I think that it was something that, normally maybe a week ago or so would have had at least one offer on it. So we'll see. I mean, things happen. Maybe it wasn't priced, aggressively or attractively, and that's just the right price, and he'll have it sold in the next couple of days. But either way, I saw a long lineup of people leaving the city this weekend.
Oh yeah, no.
Stage 3.
A few of my friends I know for a fact went up to their cottages or went somewhere, rented a cottage, went somewhere. Yep. Even us who don't do anything, we were thinking, like maybe we could get a cottage for a few days on the water and just kind of isolate up there somewhere.
Yeah, I was in Montreal. I got back.
Oh yeah, and you went away too, right?
Yeah, so I saw the traffic, and I'm telling you, people were out again. So that's going to affect how many people are really looking at making a move, because when people start making plans, they put plans on hold. They say, you know what, maybe not. I even had a buyer message me on maybe Wednesday or Thursday to say, hey, you know what, we're just too busy. We got a lot of stuff going on. We're going to think about it next year now, right? So there's all these different storylines that are going to take away from the demand, right? And then we've got all these people now, because we're in stage 3. I got a couple listings coming up this week. We got all these new people who are saying, hey, maybe now is a good time to sell, and I'm comfortable and it's safe, and I'm this and I'm that, and I'm ready to go, and whatever it is. And I should get out of the market. I'm planning on going to a rental. I'm going to go and downsize. I'm going to move to the cottage, whatever.
I got forced into retirement, and now I have to sell my house. Like we were talking to our friends last night, and their father is a caterer. And he's forced into retirement. Like, he can't make any money right now. And so he wasn't ready to retire, but it doesn't make sense to keep losing money, right, at his age. So he's in retirement. Now he's like looking around. Well, I guess I could sell the house to keep going.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. But that being said, there still is a lot of pent-up demand from the beginning of the year. I'm actually going out on some buyer showings today from people who are eager to buy, And there's definitely still a lot of people who are planning to make a move this year and who have not yet, because the market's been so competitive, they weren't able to get into the door. So the
Right.
total number of sales year to date is 47,013. July 2019 total sales to date was 52,418.
Say that
So we're
again.
still down 10.3% from today compared to last year.
Year
So
over
it's
year,
10%.
full year, January to July.
January to year to date, yeah.
Wow. 10%.
Yeah, so we're still down
Okay.
10%. So there's still lots of people who potentially could be looking at making a move this year, right? But then we have to look at those things, those factors that we've talked about before with the economic factors is, are there 10% of the population who's no longer able to buy,
Right.
right? Is there 10% less people who are no longer, is the immigration, right? Is the foreign students, all that kind of stuff that we've been talking about that we don't need to talk about on this show because we've harped on it every single episode.
Yeah.
But the 10% of people, are they missing now, right? Are they missing now from this year's tallies? And that's something that we won't know until the end of the year. And if that demand continues, I said this in one of the earlier episodes that July is going to be a record month. It was a record month for the Toronto Real Estate Board.
It was a record.
Let's do a little clip of me saying that in one of the past episodes. But August, I don't believe that August is going to be as much of a record month as July, but I still believe that August is going to be a stronger month than it was August 2019 for those reasons that we've mentioned, right? There's still the pent up demand. There's still a whole whack load of people who still need to move. There's still a bunch of people who are maybe not making those plans to leave the city, to leave the country. There's still gonna be a lot of people. I think there's just less of those people than there was in July. So maybe we're not gonna see the boom that we had in July, but I still believe that we're gonna have a really strong August month for sales.
Well, I'm guessing that most of the people we're talking about, like these people that are going away right now and not thinking about buying a house, like these are not the people we're worried about.